Next thing we're gonna talk about is headphones. I'm sure you already know what headphones are. They go over your ears. You can hear the music that's coming out of your interface. They're gonna be critically important for both tracking and mixing. If you're not recording anything, if you're just gonna work completely what they call inside the box, meaning all of the sound comes from within the computer, you don't have to worry about tracking. But I'll go through a few different kinds of headphones and give you the ins and outs of what's available and what you need. You might be wondering why you can't just use the earbuds you use for your phone. Nowadays, everybody pretty much uses wireless headphones. I don't recommend using wireless anything for music production just because you're gonna have issues with what's called latency, which means when you press a key on a keyboard or any kind of instrument, there's a delay between when your computer makes a sound and when you hear it. That's not gonna work for making music inside of a computer. So for this course, we're only gonna talk about wired headphones and over-ear headphones in general. So there's two different types of headphones. One is a closed back headphone, like these right here, and then another one is open backed headphone. And what's the difference between these two? Mostly the difference between these two is that when you have a closed back headphone on, no one else can hear the music coming out of your headphones. This is really important for if you have music playing back and you're recording vocals through a microphone. You don't want the music that's coming out of your computer, for reference, for a singer, bleeding into the microphone. That's gonna be a problem. That's why you generally need closed back headphones, and also so you don't annoy the people in the room that you're sitting with. Open back headphones are more for longer term listening. These specifically are used for mixing. These are the Sennheiser HD600s after a certain hour in the day when the speakers aren't as necessarily a good idea. Don't bother your neighbors, you don't bother anybody else, but also it's a really great way to monitor your mixes. There's also other closed back headphones and open back headphones. These are the ones I've used the most. These are the Beyerdynamic DT770s. These are fantastic headphones. They sound great. I did replace the pads here. They're normally gray. I replaced them with black ones, which are hot. Mostly nowadays I use these for tracking. These are a little more expensive, the Sennheiser HD600s, but you can mix a whole album on these headphones. Highly recommended. Also very comfortable because you can hear the environment around you and it doesn't feel so isolated. When I'm mixing, I use these all day long. They're fantastic.